Welcome to Detroit City Deals. I'm your host, Lauren Lewis. I missed last week. I like to tell everybody I had some speaking engagements and things are moving in a direction. So I'm really happy about what's going on with Detroit City Deals. I was in several states last week and able to get encouraging words out to women and to men. This is going to be a special segment this week honoring fathers. For Detroit City Deals, and I would like to introduce Calvin Mann, who in the show today will be called The Importance of Fatherhood. Welcome, Calvin. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here and having this interesting conversation today.
Yes. So, Father's Day, as you know, is Sunday, and Calvin, you are an extreme advocate for support of fathers. Just give us a little bit of background as to what you do regarding to help mentor. Also, he's an author in regards to fatherhood.
So it was 2008. We started 2007. We started Encourage Me. I'm Young. 2008. We started Good Fathers Only. And my background about fatherhood goes way back to my great-grandfather was the first pastor on television in Canada. My grandfather and both my mother's father and my father's father built a church on Greenfield from ground up, and always been around and had, even though my parents had divorced, always had good men in my life. So my family is impacted highly by the success of father. So fatherhood was something I really took a look at when I got out here in the world and realized how much it was missing and that we didn't value it. And so Good Fathers Only matriculated into a nonprofit. Encourage Me. I'm Young, of course, is a nonprofit. And we talk about fatherhood and yes, author, as we'll be dropping 2 books this week on fatherhood.
Okay, what's the title of the books, Calvin?
So the first book is Things Fathers Should Say is for mothers with sons. It's advice from a collection of advice from seasoned fathers. And the information is very impactful, and its pictures. It's a very powerful book. Was done by a publisher in Atlanta, Laquita Parks, who runs Pay Pro V, and then the 15 Things You Don't Know About Fatherhood. The publisher is my wife, and we put that together. And as God would have it, they're both will be pushed here Saturday,
Perfect.
June 18th. Yes.
Oh, the timing is good. So, is there a certain age or group of young men or kids that you start working with?
Well, yeah, we work with, so Encourage Me, I'm Young. We have impacted over 21,000 youth since 2007, 63% male. So, but our secret sauce is dad. So we take dads that are thrown away, rejected, good fathers, bad fathers, whatever, bring them to us, right? Because we'll take him and we'll train him and put him in. And so our boys in our mentoring program are being raised by fathers, and the fathers that are in that position are denied access to their kids or can't father or whatever the circumstances are around them, they get to come up, right? And you get to get that fathering. Instead of letting it go to waste, we pull that fathering out and we put it on some other kids, and men become very proud.
Okay, so it's like iron sharpening iron, so they're both help each other.
Yeah, that I think that a lot of times we miss that vision when it comes to dads. You know, I always tell people all the time, if the dad is being involved, if he's being smart, being healthy, wants to be access to his kid, wants to be a better example to his kid, and what's holding you from giving that boy to his father? Because that time that man gets with his son, you are helping too, and it's important because that is the example the son needs that the father will exude. And we understand that there are a lot of dads that don't know how to be dads. And I always tell men the best way to learn, start just by reading a book. right? There are plenty of books on fatherhood and helping. That's a great way of improving yourself as a father.
And, it's interesting because even, as a mother or just parenting period, you say there's not a book because each child is different, their background is different, makeups are different, and it is, it's difficult sometimes, but if you are, you can see even in a man that if he didn't have a father or a mother figure, and even for a woman,
Yes.
it changes the mechanics of how you are as a parent.
Yes, it's so much so, not even just a parent, but how you conduct yourself. Like you can tell the difference in women who have been fathered, right? They carry themselves different. You can tell the difference in a boy who has been fathered. Like when I was coaching, I coached for many, many years, and coaches, they'll tell you, they can stand right in the gym, and when the kids come in the gym, they can go, he don't have no father. He don't have no father. His father in his life, right? We can point out just from how they respond.
Really?
Right,
So they
yes.
respond differently?
They respond differently. You can, and then again, when I'm saying these things, I'm saying fathers, right? We have to get better, right? This is not a world where just because I'm a decent dad that I don't see no room to improve. I'm constantly looking to improve myself as a father, and my son just graduated at 18, right? And I'm constantly trying to figure out. You saw me. I was just on the phone with my oldest boy. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to be a much better dad, so when they come along, they can be even better.
And not to mention, those better fathers are better husbands.
Without a doubt, our work is to restore order. Boys, men, husbands, and fathers. We can restore order where a man decides to be a husband before he becomes a father. Now you have less poverty. You have less trauma. You have less fatherless children, right? You have less ADHD. You have less criminals. You have less rapists. You have less murder. Like, the benefits of doing things in order far exceed doing things out of order.
Absolutely. Now, from a woman's perspective, as I was growing up, now my mother, she had to just, girl, you better do such and such and such. My father could look at me a certain type of way. It just crushed me. It would just hurt my feelings. I'm just like, he could barely, and he could, say it with a different tone, but it is a difference when your father, and I think that's the first relationship for a woman, like the relationship you have with your dad and how he treats you or how he, deals with you. So it's so important for a dad or a father, his makeup.
What's incredible about that, I just had this conversation, right? And you can reverse it, right? A woman, when she's growing up with a father, a dad, if it's a healthy father, he's an involved father, right? Because those are key components to being a good dad. Besides his protection method, the providing piece, that's huge. So he provides wisdom, he provides understanding. So to his daughter, he says all these nice things. Then when she turned 18, she's got to find a man that can do those things. And what is happening is, just like the man is not finding that type of woman, the woman is not finding that type of man. I think we do too much, in my opinion, we do too much. We're comfortable in player mindset, manipulation, and I can, because this is a podcast, you can say, I would call myself a player when I was, young, single, the whole nine, but I was really, really looking for what I have, right? I got to have, because everybody in my family is married, right? And the men set the tone, right? And the marriages are flourishing, you know what I mean? So, like in my family, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. My oldest brother marriage is 40 years. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when you see these types of dynamics, now you look at the children. My nieces, nephews, married 10, 11, 12 years, providing, community-driven, the whole nine. So that's what we need more of. We need more marriages to contribute to the community, not take away from the community.
So that does, you say that, but you're right. I think that if you had more examples and like-minded, because people watch actions as more than they do conversation, if that makes sense. You can talk about a lot of things, but when you see like that family structure, when you're around that structure, and then of course we all make our own choices and decisions as we grow, and you have to mature and look into a mirror. You're too young then. Sometimes you make all your mistakes, and then you look back and you're like, I ain't have to do that like that. But with your program, what it seems like, it gives an opportunity, a chance for young adults to kind of start out the right way.
Yeah, we target, our original target was boys 8 to 14, right? What we were seeing in the 8 to 14s, you're seeing a lot of trauma. Adverse childhood experience, ACEs. You're seeing these things before, and then when they get to middle school, you got the dropout rate. So now they dropped out, right? Truancy, we were having a conversation, was in a meeting today, and they were talking about programs. What kind of program you got, this, that, and the other. We don't play truancy in our program, and ain't no money back in our program. Okay. So when you sign up, the parent has to be involved. You have to follow these steps, and it's all connected to the kid's outcome after the 14th week. Now, if you don't participate, that's a strike against your kid. If you miss, that's a strike against your kid.
When we say a strike against your kid, what does that mean?
Because the kid has to earn a jacket. In our program, he earns his future leader jacket, right? And so when we don't have the involvement, right, you're not learning to be involved with your child. This, I'm gonna drop them off and take off. That's not helping them, right? And then the other part is truancy is so bad in Southeastern Michigan education. Education is teaching these kids to be late. Education is teaching these kids they don't have to come to school, right? Just come to school on count day, right? You can be late. You can pull up. School start at 8:15, but I'm gonna give you this 15-minute window to pull in at 8:30. And every time you pulling in, now that 15 turned into 8:30. Now you're stretching that time. So now it's 8:35. Now the kid got a couple of tardies. Then when you see the report card, the first hour is where the tardies at. Now when they get to high school, if you got to open, now I'm absent. You see what I'm saying? So these are the dynamics that are creating the next workforce. When I was in school, 3 tardies was an absent.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Three absence, you flunked that class. We couldn't play. So that same model I carried with my children. My kids at school, work every day. Ain't no I get to take off and don't go. It's too much going on in school for you not to get some of it. You know what I mean? Yes. But a lot of times in these schools, it's way more trauma and drama and kids and parents pulling up. Kids getting out the car, smelling like weed and all of that. The kid is already in trouble before they even walk into class. We're not giving our babies an opportunity, right? And that, to me, that's poor parenting. That's where our kids are losing. You know what I mean? But you're a healthy father, you're fighting every inch. I ain't pulling up to the school blowing and my child is going in the classroom.
Right.
I don't care what you say about judge me, whatever.
Right.
I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? That's just not something that I don't want my kid to have to experience failure. Like I'm teaching my kids to experience failure. Right? So that's not what we do. And so that's what we do. We teach our boys how to lead.
So how do you connect the family? So how do you do a reach out through community programs or through schools? How do you?
We do the flyers because we charge to get in our program. Our program, we charge to get in our program.
I think you should invest.
You should invest.
They should.
I think it's very important. This is, for me, it's 37 years of work. You're not just getting an ordinary mentor. You're getting somebody who already knows that his boys are husbands and fathers. All my boys, 37 years. So you're not just getting somebody that's into, right? We're making sure that your son, and if he sticks with us till 14, when he hit high school, you got a mature young man that's going to walk into high school with a lot more fathering than what he was getting.
That is excellent. That's a good program. Now, as far as, with Detroit City Deals, I would like to put the books on there as well. And I think that the program is so unique because I don't think there's really too much out there. There's a lot of different programs, but never where the parent is involved with the child and where the child is held accountable along with the parent. Because you're right, most people, you get a program, people drop your child off or
Yeah.
whatever, you come back and pick them up,
Yeah.
but never where you're connected together where you both can grow and build a better relationship.
No, they're our kids financial literacy. Our parents go through financial literacy. We run a boss program building our sons so the mothers in the program get information. Then we do a family day. Then we do a whole yoga day, right? We do family yoga day. Then the kids literally, we just took our boys to Washington, D.C. They have to do community service. The parent has to be involved. We got a 98% parental involvement, and we don't have truancy.
That is excellent.
Right, so we'll tell you, okay, that's his third time. He missed one more time. That's it.
And then no refund.
Ain't no refund. We tell you that when you sign up. Ain't no refund.
Yeah.
You have to participate, right? If in order for you to get this outcome that we're putting in the program, in order to get that outcome, you have to participate. Now, we don't have all the fluffs that we want to have, but when we get there, just like we were teaching our boys Arabic this year. So now we're getting ready to launch Future Leaders Elite for 9th grade to 24. So we're getting ready to we're doing exactly, but we're using that. So we're looking for more fathers who want to get better themselves and then give back.
Absolutely. So do you ever use mentors? Like, say, for instance, if there's someone that, have raised their children, but just want to reach out and help another young man. Do you or do they have to be where it's their child, or do you accept other mentors to just help with the program?
Yeah,
Okay.
we take. That's what I'm saying. Any father.
Okay.
If you're a father out there and you're not seeing your kids, come holler at me. We're gonna make you feel so good, right? Because of that system has a way of keeping you away from. But you're gonna learn, right? We're gonna train you. We're gonna teach you. And we're gonna show you. You're gonna learn some things about how important fatherhood is.
That is good. Now, if someone wanted to get in contact with you, Calvin, what would be the best way for people to reach you?
Man, we everywhere.
You everywhere. Just give me one avenue.
Right. So you just go to Emmy World, EMIY World.com, and they can reach us there, or you can email us at info@emmyworld.com, EMIYworld.com, and you really again, we looking to multiply the work. Our Smash Suicide campaign, because Black boys 5 to 11, number one in suicide.
Yeah, I didn't know the numbers, but you can just see, social.
Oh,
media.
they dropping like flies. I just seen somebody the other day, and I was like, and how they talk, you can tell it's suicide because they're shocked. You don't see the tears. They're just talking. Oh, my son passed away today. And dying by suicide is real, and it will affect you, right? And so if you don't know how to handle it, all the questions that's coming towards you is, why me? Why my son? I don't understand it. You know what I mean? So you got to that's more counseling. And that's one of the things that we're getting ready to add in our program is an assessment, right? We're going to ask, a family assessment, because we need to get ahead of some of these things on the mental health aspect so we can now we know how to use the resources and where to apply them. You see, that's the thing that we do, that I'm very proud of what we do and have been doing, and not, we're not asking for permission. We're doing this work. Either you contribute or not, but our brand is national, and, even our gear is national. And we got a football camp coming up next Saturday on the 25th, and it's going to be about you got to earn things in life.
Okay, now where would the football camp, can people still register for it? Or?
Yep, they can go to emmyworld.com, click. The pop-up is right there, and it's a free sponsored. We got a few spots left, so you can jump on, click the link, and fill out the sponsor application, and you there.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate your time, Calvin, coming on and sharing information about this very important initiative that you have. I think that it's wonderful, and I think that it's necessary and needed. Also, you will be able to find this information on Detroit City Deals. You'll be able to find the books. We'll list them on Detroit City Deals, and information about the organization. But I have to say it, Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. We got a father-son breakfast, 10 to 1, at Fellowship Chapel, which all fathers and sons, and then from 2 to 6 at Crowell, we got free barbecue. We giving out a spades contest, dominoes contest. We giving out a pit. Our partner, Detroit Ice, who has the only black hockey team for youth in the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really don't see a lot of hockey, especially for young kids.
And he big time with it. You know what I mean? My man Jason, he big time with it and has been doing that work.
Okay. Well, like I said again, thank you so much for taking out time to share this information with us, and we hope we get you some more support.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
It's another episode of DetroitCityDeals.com. See ya.